fact checkers on your ass
on Spotify.
It's like, damn. Make sure you're speaking the facts.
So what we're gonna okay.
The pre-approved.
I seen on the way over here. Or no. Why do I say that? I always say I seen on the way over here. I'm driving on the way over here, audience. I'm not looking at my phone, I swear to God. This was yesterday though. And I think I seen it because my phone heard you talking about it, was Ed Sheeran's fucking case.
Oh yeah.
Catching charges. Ginger's catching charges. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't know that it was I thought it was like just some situation, but it was like a big deal. He's been fighting it for like fucking 6 years or some shit.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize it was that long.
I
didn't know it was that long.
Drawn out process, and
really?
I guess it was with Marvin Gaye's estate.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what song. I guess I probably should have done a little more research before I decided to talk about it. Right. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get better about that, audience.
I think it was maybe. Let's Get It On.
Which that sounds
big
about
song.
right.
Big
huge.
Song. Yeah,
probably.
Huge. And it was Ed Sheeran. One of Ed Sheeran's biggest songs too was "Thinking Out Loud."
Oh, I'm glad someone did a little research here. Thank you, Len Words. Thank you, Len Words. A little bit. It's better than me. I didn't even know, bro. It could have been one of fucking the Eminem features for all the fuck I know.
You're like, Marvin Gaye did that shit.
You know what I mean? So, but the thing is they ruled in little Eddie's favor.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. Did they say why?
It wasn't enough to
they
say
said it
that
wasn't
it was
enough?
stolen. Yeah.
Wow.
It wasn't enough.
That's crazy. So was it in the same like key, same chords and all that?
Different key, same chord progression.
Okay.
And the rhythm was the same.
I know that because, and then they even had like a background piano that built up like that chord progression. It was kind of the same, obviously, yeah, different keys, but
yeah,
man, that's crazy. I mean, I'm glad that they ruled in his favor though, because at that point, fuck, how creative can you really be with music? You know what I'm saying? If they would have been like, nope.
Well, because there's only so many, right? It's like, I mean, it's like numbers, right? Once you like hit 9, it's just a repeat of the numbers that have already existed, just bigger scale, right?
Well, yeah, the Western music scale is pretty limited when it comes to that. I mean, you can add, like tonal elements to a chord and everything, but essentially a chord is a chord, and you'll be able to tell as soon as you hear it.
That's what I mean.
Which chord it is.
There's limited playing space. I guess that's why I used math as a really strange metaphor. But after the number 9, the shit's just the same numbers but bigger and grouped together. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's kind of like with music. There's only a certain amount before, and then you got to think about it like this too. Like, bro, like who didn't listen to Marvin Gaye, dog? Like, if you haven't heard Marvin Gaye, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you. You fucking grew up underneath a rock or something.
Or you were born fairly recently.
But even then, bro, dog, I'm sure there's a TikTok that's viral with a Marvin Gaye song. There's got to be.
Yeah, but they don't know it's Marvin
Maybe not. Oh, that's Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, that's Ed Sheeran.
Go that Ed Sheeran song. But like, I feel like, as artists, bro, and that's why, and when we interviewed Stevie and he said that, and Tech has said it before, that when they're in creative mode, they don't want to listen to anything. Anything outside of what they're doing in the studio because they don't want an accidental little bit of inspiration or whatever. And I can see
Make
that.
Make it sound like you're lifting something.
Exactly. So from a production standpoint, Jay, what do you like? How I know you said you're glad that he won the suit, right? Which makes sense because if he didn't take it, dog, and if like there was enough evidence to show that it didn't match, then he should have won the case, right? But it kind of becomes kind of like a slippery slope then, right? As a producer, because then you're probably worried about, damn, does that sound like something? Does that sound like this? Did I rip this from that? You ever think about that when you're producing?
Yeah, definitely, bro. Well, like there's plugins, bro, that like now there's Arcade, which is like sample based, right? So you just hold it down, and then it just does its thing. But they do it in a way to where you could add effects, you could stutter it, reverse it, all kinds of cool shit. But even at that, it's like how many other producers have used that and just added some different drums, right?
Yeah.
So it is a slippery slope, bro. But in his case, like, he's on a much larger scale, so there is going to be a lot of eyes on him, and there is going to be lawyers involved because he's making a lot of money.
It was a big record. Big record. I mean, both of them are huge. So
I wonder which one has the more sales.
Ed Sheeran's probably.
Because of now how things are. I would assume.
Hey,
I'd
but you know
imagine.
what?
I'd imagine.
Did you guys see that Snoop Dogg
Well,
was
I
just
don't
talking
know.
about? He was like, the music business isn't working anymore because of streaming. And then he's like, maybe the streaming companies, y'all need to get your motherfucking shit together.
Oh, I did see that. He's like, how do you get 1 billion streams and I don't get $1 million? Right?
Yep.
Which does make it, I mean, but listen, bro. Now
because the fans would end up having to pay for it.
Yeah,
and the fans think music is free.
Well,
they think entertainment is free.
Listen,
at this
bro,
point,
it is, dog. Like, let's just be real here,
See?
bro.
Well, you said it.
It's facts.
You said it.
You know what I'm saying?
It's almost like a loss leader.
And see, I wondered about that because like I subscribe to Spotify, right? Because I used to hate having to listen to the stupid ads, and then you only get like a certain amount of skips. Now I'm like, fuck that. You know what I mean? But what's dope is you could download it, right? So what I always wondered was how does the artist get paid, right? So if I like download Drake's album, right, and I could bump it when I don't have service and I'm not streaming it, like how does he get that? Does he get a portion of my, what is it, $10 a month? You know what I'm saying? Like, how does that shit work? But the streams have to count for something, bro. Like, Drake doesn't need the money.
They realistically don't count for shit.
Yeah.
Like, they're fractions of a penny per stream.
Yeah.
And he does have a point. 1 billion streams, you ain't making $1 million? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of it, let's look at it from the other place before they introduced streaming. Napster completely opened up the floodgates, dog. That's when shit was free.
Yeah.
You know how many fucking computers I gave incurable diseases to downloading Bone Thugs?
Do you remember the first song you downloaded on Napster?
I do, actually.
Really? What was
it? Wasn't even a song. It was East. That's why I said Bone Thugs. It's ingrained in my memory. It was East 1999, right?
Yeah.
And I came to stay with my older brother for the weekend down here in Albuquerque, right? And he's like, man, you got to see this. It's called Napster. It's free music. I'm like, what the fuck you mean free music? He's like, yeah, you just download it and it's free music. So I'm like, oh man, hell yeah. So I got there and I found East 1999, hit download, took 3 days, but it worked. It was free. Yeah. After that, I was like, shit, paying for music? What's that?
Right.
But you know.
Let me ask you now, right? You looking at it like that, free music. As an artist, how do you see it?
So I'm that middle child generation, right? 85. Mm-hmm. So I seen both. I was at the flea market hustling CDs for $16, making a fucking killing, staying at the fucking flea market all weekend and coming out with like 6 racks. Yes. You know what I mean? Just off of album sales.
Yeah.
My first mixtape brought the trunk, dog. I probably sold 10,000 copies out the trunk. So that was fucking amazing. But I also was downloading free music. So I know both aspects of it. And let's be real. Our generation, when we seen Metallica over there, stop stealing my music. I was a Metallica fan. I'm not saying I'm not a Metallica fan anymore, but I was in like fucking 9th grade. I'm like, look at these crying ass old rich fucks. You guys don't need my $16 anymore. Get the fuck out of here. They made themselves look really dated and really like the angry, like Nevercracker on Monster House. Stay off my lawn. Stay off my songs, right? They look crazy.
That's such a dad reference.
It is. It is. Dad gang. Bang, bang.
Did you hear their new album?
I did. You know.
It was nice. Yeah. I mean,
Metallica's Metallica.
Metallica, yeah.
No, I haven't, Jay.
Yeah. Dude.
Len Words has not heard a Metallica song. We've come to this conclusion already.
No, I'm sure I've heard a song. Well, I told you, man, whatever was on School of Rock or something like that.
Metallica was even on that motherfucker.
But it sounds like Metallica to me. It's like, whatever.
Len Word's trying to one-up me with the dad comments.
You know
That's such a dad comment right there, too. But so, as an artist, right, I see the fact that it's over, bro, right? You spill the milk, it's on the floor. We said it before we made this reference probably 2 pods ago. Go get some new milk, bruh. Figure out a new. So what you have to do, I feel, as an artist, is you have to build a community of fans or family, right? I look at anybody that supports me as like that word fan. Like, I feel funky about it sometimes because I know the people that rock with me. It's seems just like a bigger word than fan, right? So you have to build a base of supporters that are gonna fuck with you, bro.
Yeah.
So you say you drop the album, right, and they all stream it, and you chart, and say you get 1 million streams on a record, and you make $4,000. That ain't shit. I just said I'd make more than that at the flea market on a fucking weekend, bruh. Yeah. Right? So you have to rearrange the way you think about it. You have to have merch. You have to hit the road. You have to be engaging. You got to do funny shit. You have to be more than just a single facet artist. If not, you're not going to 9 times out of 10 make enough money to support what you're trying to do. You're just not.
You as an artist, you have to develop yourself. Like when you would get signed to labels. I mean, not that I've ever been or anybody's ever been, but when you get signed to labels, they would have artist development, right?
Yeah.
Which is how you look, how you act, your PR. You know what I'm saying, to some extent. But like now, you have to do all that shit yourself.
Right.
Like, you have to be ready. And I mean, social media makes it a lot easier to some extent.
Yeah,
it does.
And then going back to like the streaming. Back in the day, I used to be like, dang, they're on the radio. They're huge.
Yeah.
Right? And now it's like anybody could be on the radio. Anybody can get streamed. You fucking suck. Your shit's whack, but
you're still being played.
You're still being played.
But no, did you see Spotify released some numbers, and there was like 80 million unstreamed records that got released last year on Spotify that didn't have one fucking stream.
No kidding.
That nobody listened to.
It's so fucking oversaturated now.
There was another artist. I don't know who it was. I don't think it was Doja Cat, but it was somebody. I was just seeing it on my fucking IG feed. They said that music is oversaturated. The industry's oversaturated. And I mean, it is, dog, but everything's oversaturated. The movie industry's oversaturated. Bro, go to Netflix.
Yeah.
My dog, there's shit that exists on there that I am never gonna watch. And I never even knew existed.
But somebody will.
Yeah.
And that's what those companies and those entities are banking on.
They're hoping.
Well, yeah, because of the whole idea of there not being like a mass media anymore. So it's like they have to have something that can get into all these different channels and find all these niches of people, because there are so many of them. It's just countless. So it's like we're always trying to serve every unique type of person out there. So they're trying to make sure that there's something for everybody. Yeah. And that's why the companies are so big and the checks are so small, is because, well, you're servicing a niche.
Yeah.
So if the company is doing it and you work for the company, then you're not going to get much, because you're just servicing just this small amount of people, or just these small group of people that like your music, that are going to listen to you all the time. Everybody else, it's like they never heard of you.
But the company's so big that they make money off of all of it.
Yeah, of course, because they're big enough to manage all of it.
They're nicheless.
Yeah.
They have all these different facets where people are coming in and eating from their trough.
Right.
But they own the trough.
Right,
the
exactly.
farm,
They're on the trough.
the electricity.
Spotify is like making new genres of music, like new playlists and shit like that. They're like, it's not just rock and rap and shit. Now it's like all kinds of shit molded together.
Yeah.
So, but see, that's the thing, dog. So that is the conundrum, right? I agree, and then I disagree, right? I agree with what Snoop's saying, for sure, right? Obviously, Snoop's made more money in the fucking music industry than I have, right? So I agree with his perspective that, fuck yeah, that's crazy, right? But it's over, dog. There's no going back.
But he's already successfully done the next step of it, which is taking your notoriety or your popularity and then translating it into sponsorships and other endorsements and all the other stuff. So it's like
country songs
to
with Willie
him.
Nelson.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's like he and his whole campaign when it comes to like the music and the type that, like, he shifted culture to the place where now cannabis is legal and stuff like that. Like he normalized a lot of that stuff. So he became the mainstream when he was certainly outside of it at the beginning.
For sure.
Of his career.
Well, especially because, I mean, right when he like really popped off, then he had that murder trial.
Yeah.
So corporate America was probably trying to stay as far away from Snoop as possible.
Yeah.
They're like, we ain't trying to give this dude a Skechers deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's out here
yeah,
on.
bro.
He can sell that St. Ides.
Yeah. Right. Smith and Wesson reached out to Snoop Dogg. Let's throw him this sponsorship real quick. Right? Hey, so before we get too far, let's introduce this thing, fellas.
Why
Let's do
not?
it.
Why not?
You are now tuned in to Respect the Connect. I'm your host, Johnny James. I'm here with my motherfucking brothers, not brothers. Jason, clowning on it last time. Travis. I'm here with my motherfucking brother, Len Words in the building.
Yeah.
Jason, J Trav in the building.
Yeah.
Jesh back there, we're in focus. Will's answering emails.
Working.
Episode 32, let's get it.
Yes.
All right, fellas.
Already.
Len Words, how was your weekend?
Weekend was all right.
What'd you do?
Got the first win on the football field. That was great.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog.
Then, well, I didn't want to say it on the pod, but the family dog died.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he had cancer, and he was not doing well. So,
How long did you guys have him?
14 years, almost 15
Oh,
years.
man.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
He lived,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, he said he lived, brother.
But it's
He
still,
lived, bro.
bro. But you said family dog, so
Yeah.
it still doesn't. That shit hurts, dog.
Yeah, yeah,
That shit doesn't.
yeah. Yeah, I got him for my brother many, many moons ago. And my brother gave him to my mom when her husband passed, and he became kind of like her emotional support animal. And she has had him and kept him for the entire time. So the kids knew him. Like, it was just, yeah.
How long did you guys know that he had cancer?
Actually, we just recently found out. Like, we had been like dealing with the symptoms, but we were just kind of like, oh, he's getting old, and we weren't thinking, oh, there's something behind all this. And then when we finally like had him looked at, they were like, oh, he's got pretty advanced cancer situation going on. And he was in super duper pain, and it was just like, nah, we're not gonna extend this.
That sucks,
Well, yeah,
bro.
the quality
Yeah.
of life for them is
Yeah.
that's what matters, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had 2 pit bulls over the years that I had to put down because cancer and arthritis in their legs.
Yeah. The
Pit
bigger
bulls
dogs
get
and
that,
stuff.
huh?
Yeah.
That's like a pit bull type of
Anything
thing.
they do, bro, is like at fucking 200%. You know
Oh,
what
yeah.
I mean? It's like they go chase the ball. They're like fucking
Bro,
full speed.
for real.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, he was
Well,
a
yeah,
lab. He
that's
was a
sad,
pit
man.
lab. Mix.
That's what I was just about to ask you.
that's a
What
good
kind.
that's a good mix though, actually.
Yeah, he was real handsome, real good looking dog. He was really spry in his younger years, and he slowed down quite a bit, like in the last couple. And
I mean, he might have already had it, bro. That could have been for for a while.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
same thing happened with, I don't know if you remember my little tiny little dog who had Snoop.
Yeah.
Same thing happened.
Yeah.
Same
Oh,
shit.
really?
It came out of nowhere though.
Yeah.
Like he went outside to play one day, came in and had a big ass like growth on his
Not
leg.
on his. Yeah. It's crazy how that.
And then they're
it's
like,
just
well, you give him surgery, and I'm like, fucking surgery?
how much is that?
Yo, like 10 racks.
And you're like, shit, I need surgery for
No
some stuff.
shit.
Like, let me check.
Well, and not even just that though. They're
Jay
like,
broke my ankles.
Hey, I see.
Yeah.
All right.
I got you.
We be starting on those vibes. I'll be starting on those vibes. But see, the reason that, we obviously didn't do it. Obviously, I didn't have the money to do it. But for 2, they're like, and he's probably still gonna like be gone in a month. It's like,
Well,
wow, that's
because
wild.
his age too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta
Snoop,
take that.
Snoop was 10 or 11 too.
Yeah.
That's up there.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it any easier, dog.
No, not
like,
at all.
My grandpa though, dog, bro, he's from a different generation. If I would have told him that I was even contemplating taking my dog for surgery,
Right.
Kemoshito, what the fuck are you talking about?
I got a shovel, brother.
Take him to sheep camp. You know how many of my dogs went to sheep camp, bro? Listen,
Damn.
seriously, I believed it for a little while, but then I'm like, man, sheep camp must be packed.
Right.
Because there's a bunch of motherfucking dogs out there at sheep camp, bro.
Camp. That's crazy.
Man, bro. What was the dog's name, Leonard?
Dre.
Hey, rest
Dre?
in peace to Dre.
Dre.
Dog. So you had a Dre and I had a Snoop?
Yeah.
crazy, bro.
and there's a Ross.
Dog, they could have worked on the
Another
Chronic
Ross, yeah.
2023, bro.
Yeah.
Man. Well, shit. How was your weekend, Jason?
It was all right, bro. I worked out of town actually in the middle of nowhere.
Really?
Yeah.
No service?
3G, bro.
Did you get
That's
Tinder?
what- that's what it pulled up on my phone.
Did your Tinder work on 3G?
I'm like, I don't even have Tinder, bro.
Damn. I was just checking, bro.
A couple
I mean,
people keep telling me I should get Tinder. I'm like, I don't think I need it. But
I mean,
I guess maybe I do. Everybody's saying it.
I mean, I guess it's an easy way to get some pussy, dog. I mean,
You look at him, bro.
hey, I'm just saying, I don't got it either, but I be hearing, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Swipe left, swipe right.
I heard.
You know what I'm saying? Swipe right. I said swipe
Swipe.
white.
Swipe white.
White.
That's funny. No, everybody, yeah. I got a couple homies that are like, dog, you gotta do it. But I don't know,
bro.
I don't
3G.
I don't need it like that.
Imagine
What's
what the
up?
Tinder you would have pulled out there in 3G, bro.
Yeah,
Damn, she would have
bro.
pulled up.
Yikes.
Yikes. Out in the
Don't
middle of nowhere.
ever.
Come back here. Come back here. Man, my weekend was dope, dog. I ain't even gonna lie. I was up in Vegas.
Yeah.
Man.
How was
Damn,
that?
Leonard's dealing with some hard shit.
Bro, that's why I was like, man, I
I'm
should have went
working.
first, maybe.
I'm like, damn.
We have a rest in peace for Leonard. We have you trying to get Tinder on 3G. And I'm like, I
And
was
you're
in
like,
Vegas.
I was drunk in
I
Vegas.
was drunk in Vegas, making some noise, right?
Bro,
Nah, so I went out to Lovers and Friends this weekend. Out there in Vegas.
Bro, that fucking lineup was like
Yeah,
legendary. How
that
was
lineup
it?
was crazy.
Bro.
Did you see like all this?
Not all of them.
everybody?
There's fucking no
There's too
way,
many.
right? Absolutely not. There's no way I couldn't have done it, right? But it was fucking dope, dog. I've been to festivals before, right? But this one was pretty fucking well organized, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. We got in right away. There was no fucking line. They had so many fucking places to get food. They had water stations. The water tasted like sewer, but I mean, it kept me alive, right? It really, the water was fucking horrible. And not only that, like, it was aggressively horrible, right? So you'd go to fill up your water bottle and that shit would just fucking shoot into that shit, spray
Like,
everywhere.
where would you fill it up at? Like at
They
one of
had
those-
like stations. So you walk in, right? They had the little entryway, and then they had like the merch over here, and then they had food and fucking first aid and shit wrapped all the way around the parking lot, because it was a parking lot right next to Circus,
Yeah.
right off the strip. But it was really well organized, dog, and the weather was good because it was Vegas. I was like, I'm finna.
It wasn't like crazy hot?
out here. No, there was cloud
Nice.
coverage. It
Oh,
was
okay.
dope.
Oh, dope.
So when we got there, we pulled up for Boys to Men were just getting on stage.
Oh.
right? And they were the main
Was
stage.
it just the three of them?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, okay.
Bro.
Yeah, the other dude.
He's been gone for years.
Is he still around?
I don't know, man.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I know. I was gonna say, like, I thought he had had some health complications and all that, and that was
I got
why
He
but-
hasn't been a part of him for a
Yeah, that's what I was
minute,
gonna
dog.
say, because I knew some people who had seen Boys to Men on a cruise, like they were doing like cruise shows and stuff like that, and they were like, yeah, there's only three of them now.
That's the
And I was
men's
like,
stage
yeah.
of the group, huh?
Well, but yeah,
They were-
right.
The
That's
Boys
the men.
was on Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
The men part was the performing on cruises.
You're
Yeah.
watching Men to Old Men.
Men, I guess maybe now.
Yeah.
They can't change the name though, bro. There's too much people involved, and they killed it.
I'm sure
They were
I'm
fucking
sure.
dope. The sound, okay, for them, it was all right. It was pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Lil Kim came out.
Oh, Lil Kim was out.
It was not it, bro.
No? Oh,
she
okay.
was not. She just wasn't good on stage, dog.
Really?
She just was not good. It sounded like shit. It just wasn't. It wasn't a good performance, dog. Like we didn't stay there.
I
for
always
her performance.
wondered like what that era of rap would like translate to over
Okay.
time on stage,
So
because it's
here we
like
go.
okay.
I'm glad you brought that up.
All right.
Because we left Lil Kim to go to Busta Bus.
Oh, okay.
Busta Rhymes, my brother, destroyed everybody. His fucking performance
Yeah.
was so fucking fire, dog.
Nice.
He killed it. Him and Spliff and the DJ, it was just them three, no backing vocals.
Yeah.
Motherfucker went off, bro.
Nice.
So sick. And then he even talked about it. He's all, let's talk to him for a little minute, Spliff. He's like, I'm gonna let y'all know we cut from a different cloth.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, because he wasn't on, so you had 4 stages, right? Let me just kind of set the scene. So you had the lovers stage, the friends stage that were right next to each other was the main stages, right? And then you had the bling stage and the crunk stage.
Okay.
So Busta was on the one of those two. I can't remember.
Had to be
Don't quote
crunk.
me, boy. I ain't say
Had
shit.
to
I
be
think it
crunk.
was the crunk one, but
Had to
don't
be
quote
crunk.
me.
Okay.
So it was a smaller stage.
Yeah.
But we were right fucking there, bro, right next to the front, because
Yeah.
you know everybody was at the main stage more. And he was like, I know everybody's saying we probably should have been on the main stage and da 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 da. And he's like, it is what it is. I have another engagement, so we're gonna do this show, and I'm gonna fly to LA and I'm gonna go kill it out there.
Yeah.
He's like, but we're cut from a different cloth. He's like, we ain't got no fucking backing tracks. We don't rap over our vocals.
Yeah.
This is different around here.
Yeah.
Well, the way he raps, you can't have back vocals, bro. Like,
it would be so muddy.
Yeah, it would be so
Yeah,
muddy.
muddy, nasty.
And then it'd probably throw him off. But anyway, my bad. Go ahead.
He went off though, dog.
Producer speaking.
He went off though. But even then though, like no matter who you are, those backing vocals, dog, can make that shit muddy as hell.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like karaoke.
Yeah,
At that point.
Yeah.
It's like some Milli Vanilli shit. You know what I'm saying?
I thought you were
Rain,
gonna say Frank Ocean.
Hey, Frank Ocean out here doing that thing too, or what?
Man, his Coachella like closing set, people had a lot of complaints about that.
Was
shit.
he just pretending?
I mean, I guess
He was great value,
I guess
Frank
he
Ocean,
was,
with the CD
I mean,
playing in the back.
he was there, but he wasn't like.
He wasn't
He
there.
wasn't like he wasn't like giving people the show that they were expecting, and it was a bunch of like drama about that.
Well, didn't he miss one day and then they had to bring out Blink, right?
I don't know what
Blink
that
was
was
there?
like.
Blink performed Coachella twice.
Oh, really?
Oh, I thought you meant.
Oh,
Lil
that'd have
Wayne.
been wild
I
as
was like,
shit,
what
huh?
the
Yeah, they
fuck?
came on right after Busta Rhymes. So, but bro, he and that was early in the day.
They
dog.
showed up on that Bling stage.
You know
It was
what I mean? Like, whoa, shit, it's Blink 182.
It's supposed to have a
It's
K up
Bling.
there, not
Yeah, it's the Blink 182 stage. No, I think they filled in for him on the last night of Coachella or some shit.
Yeah,
it might
he-
not have been Frank Ocean, but I think
Well,
it was.
I know it was like some drama about him like wanting like an ice skating rink or something crazy was like
What the
a part
fuck?
of the set.
Oh.
Vegas?
Oh.
No,
it's Coachella.
no, it's
Oh,
Coachella.
bro, I'm
it's
fucking up
Coachella.
all
We're,
day today,
hey,
man.
no, we're combining festivals
Okay.
here,
I'm like,
Jason.
bro, that's impossible.
That's it. Not the weather. It was all right. They probably could have brought out one of them. What about them? They could have brought one of the fake ones, bro. Haven't you guys ever went downtown? Like New Year's, they got that fake little ice skating rink.
Yeah.
That's just wild.
Yep. Yeah, I've
just
seen
wild.
it. I've seen it.
Some
I've seen it.
rollerblade at that point, bro. I ain't gonna be on no fake ass ice skating rink.
But he wanted that at Coachella.
Yeah, he wanted like an ice skating rink, and then at the last minute, like they built it and approved it and like did all the shit, and then at the last minute, I guess he was like, I don't need it or whatever, something like that, and it was just a whole bunch of drama. And having worked like shows and done stagehand work, I could like feel for those people who were like, I'm sure they were glad to like be working and have an extra day, but it's like you hate to see yourself like out there putting together a dope ass set and like building something, and you're like, man, I can't wait to see how this gets used, and someone is just like, I don't need it.
That's fucked
I
up,
don't
bro.
know.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound like a hater, but Frank Ocean's never really been like that fucking dude to go listen to for me. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like,
You know what? I used to, when he and The Weeknd kind of came out around the same time, I remember having a debate with a chick I was working with, and she was like huge Weeknd fan, and I was like, I think Frank writes better songs. And over the years, I think The Weeknd has like surpassed Frank as like far as relevance is concerned.
What about writing still? You still think Frank
I
might
think
get him on
Frank.
him?
I think Frank has more interesting writing, but I can't fuck with like as many of like he has some like records that are like I can listen to that when it comes up, but it's like I'm not gonna seek it out like you're talking about where. If I Can't Feel My Face comes on, I'm jamming.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm fucking jamming.
Wicked
like,
Games
that's
comes
it.
on
Yeah,
real quick.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
going, dog.
Yeah. Or You Earned It. Like that shit was hard, dog.
Bro.
But again, he didn't write those. Those were,
but
collaboratively put
at
together.
that level,
but,
like
yeah.
you can't, I mean, you can write everything,
Yeah.
but at that level, you have like fucking people, writers that
Are
have
bringing
done it for years,
and they're
bro.
bringing shit to you. Like I
Yeah.
can't do this, but
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean,
exactly.
it is a collaborative effort, even if
Yeah.
you do write all of your own shit.
That's
right?
true too. Yeah,
Music
that's
is
for
good
sure.
no matter what. Even if you keep it
Yeah.
really minimal, it's
Oh,
still
yeah.
a collaborative effort.
Yeah, you hear Quincy Jones talking shit about Michael Jackson in the
Yup.
Yeah.
yeah. You
Yeah.
know exactly what I'm
Exactly.
talking about. Like
Yeah.
He wanted to get
Quincy,
rid of
yeah,
the
Quincy is just like, nah,
stream.
man. Like I was a part of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just Mike.
And that's what you know it as, though.
Yeah,
Butchered
yeah.
it, but
You did. No, that was you nailed it.
I did.
That was perfect.
I pretty much did it back.
You
in
should
the day.
actually redo it just like that.
Well, yeah, that's what he says. He's all, yeah. Everybody knows I got a message. I got a letter from Mike, and he wanted me to take out the string.
The string
violin
part,
section.
yeah.
And the guy's all, well, what did you say to that? He's all, Fuck no.
He
So it's
was like,
in
no
there,
way,
isn't it?
no way. He said it's still in there.
Listen, sometimes it's still in there, isn't it? Listen, there's certain people that you got to just shut the fuck up and listen to. I would probably put Quincy Jones pretty high on that list
Oh, yeah,
musically.
bro.
Yeah, musically for sure.
Musically, I'd have to put him pretty high on that list, right?
Yeah, he knows Dre, Kanye,
Yeah.
Pharrell.
Musically, I'm gonna listen to what
Timbaland.
Timbaland.
Yeah, there's a few where it's just like I'm not gonna.
No, listen to what they
Like,
got to
fuck
say.
am I gonna tell
I
you?
just seen something that Timbaland, he was talking about like music theory, but he's like you could know music theory in and out. He's like, but it has to, people have to feel it. You have to feel it in
Right.
music.
It's a vibe.
Otherwise,
Right.
otherwise, it's just a theory.
My brother-
it was crazy the way he worded it, bro. Because you have to feel it, and in Tim's beats and everything that he does, you do feel it. You know what I mean?
Well, he's got beats that take you on crazy ass journeys.
Mm-hmm.
He's used sounds that no other producer but Timbo would even think about using.
Dog,
Babies crying and shit.
Yeah,
That Aaliyah record.
the Aaliyah record.
Yeah, I was thinking of the Genuine records.
That
Like
one
he
too.
was having, he was
Damn,
doing that
Genuine
stuff.
fell
on
off
that shit,
stage over there at the Lovers and Friends.
Did he?
Fell off stage.
Did
was
he rock it
underneath
though? Did he rock it though?
I didn't see it, but I seen the aftermath.
He came out here not too long ago either, though, right?
Yeah.
For like a similar type show. It was all R&B cats, but everybody was like, he was so fucking faded and he was whack.
Damn.
Who else did you see out there that like impressed you? Damn, long pause.
No, I'm thinking because there was a lot, dog.
Oh, okay.
Jagged Edge killed it.
Okay.
Blackstreet killed it.
Blackstreet was out there. Yeah,
Blackstreet.
Yeah.
Okay, Jagged Edge was dope, right?
Right.
And I said this when we were out there. They were right before Blackstreet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jagged Edge was super dope. It felt like it was the setup for
warm-up, yeah.
Blackstreet.
Yeah.
Because Blackstreet came out. I forgot how many fucking bangers
They
they
got a bunch,
and they've been a
man.
part of. They even did that ODB record, bro.
Oh, really?
Blackstreet killed it, dog.
No
right?
kidding.
And then they did the Dre record and they had Dre up on the like screen and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I again, I'm gonna double down on this, bro. If you get a chance to see Busta Bust, go watch that shit.
Really?
Fucker's ridiculous, bro.
Okay, all right.
But Jagged, Blackstreet. Then when we were moving from that stage to the next one, we got to like accidentally see Manny Fresh.
On the crunk stage.
Drive it like it's high.
Yeah.
Drive it like, bro. That shit was
That's
dope.
tight.
It was dope to just be walking through the festival.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's like, oh shit.
It's just like, that's Manny
Soulja
Fresh
Boy,
up
crank
there,
that
yeah.
Soulja Boy up there, right? It was cool, right? So we walked through there and we were able to see Manny Fresh. A little bit of the Diplomats.
Mm-hmm.
They sounded pretty good. We weren't too close to see that. But Chris Brown, bro, fucking killed it.
Yeah.
It was probably the peak of the festival. That was when
Really?
the most people were there.
No
for sure.
kidding.
And it sounded the best. Because, not gonna lie, the big stage, there was some sound fucking issues.
Really?
Oh, man. Lil' Kim, I thought it was her, but it was the sound too. It was a mixture of her
And the
being
sound.
fucking horrible on stage and the sound.
Yeah.
And you know what, bro? A good show mix goes a long way too, bro. Because the DJ up on stage can only do so much.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
But the
Like,
sound was cutting out, dog. Like the
Yeah.
speakers
Oh,
in the
really?
back were going silent. So if you were further
no
back,
kidding?
you couldn't hear it.
That sounds like power issues.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a massive fucking festival.
Yeah,
dog. So
I'm sure.
Chris Brown killed it, right? And then Usher was like right after him. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought Usher was gonna be better.
No kidding.
It's Usher's festival. He's the one who put it together.
Oh, really?
And he did.
Oh,
a good
yeah, that makes sense.
Lovers and
Okay.
Friends.
Yeah.
He did. I'm not saying he didn't do a good job. He
Yeah.
was up there for too long, and everybody was already kind of fucking tired.
Oh,
so
really?
everybody was like kind of. But at that point, people were starting to check out.
Oh, okay.
It's like, damn, bro, come on,
Yeah, wrap
come
it up.
on, Usher.
Just
wrap it up.
do
Chris
yeah,
Brown's
so
gonna
we
come
can
back
get
here
outta
and
here.
punch you in the
Yeah.
fucking nose. Gonna
What
punch
was
you in the
that
Did
about?
Chris
nose.
Brown bring anybody on stage?
No, just him and his dancers.
Oh, really?
And he fucking bodied it.
Yeah.
Fucking bodied it.
He's a crazy
always been
performer,
dope,
man.
bro.
He
Yeah.
bodied that shit. Usher brought out Jermaine Dupri and DeBrat.
Okay.
And a couple other, I think Summer Walker too. He brought out, and then
Oh,
another one.
that's
Another
tight.
one.
Summer Walker's
but it was
fucking dope,
too long winded, dog. And the sound sounded like shit during his
Really?
performance. It
Oh,
did
that
not
sucks.
sound good. And then 50 hit the stage.
Oh, 50 was up there?
Sheesh. He fucking killed it, dog.
Really?
50 bodied that shit. He told his DJ, play only fucking hits. Boom, boom, back to back to back, dog. And then he's like, all right, drop all the lights. I want you guys to feel this shit. Many men, I lost it. I lost it. I was about to start punching motherfuckers, bro. I geeked out on that one.
Yeah. I was bumping 50 a couple days ago, dog. His shit's grimy, but it's fucking so dope, bro.
All his mixtapes, his first 2 albums. I mean, even some throughout the other albums, but the first 2, Get Rich for sure. But the next one even too, hit after hit after hit.
Okay, so I got a question. Do you think, and mind you, this is going to play out over time, so you might not know the answer yet, 50 Cent's music catalog versus his television and film?
As of right now, his music still got it
I'd say,
because of what Get Rich did.
Have you watched
Oh,
the
yeah, he's
shows
great,
though?
bro. He's great.
Okay.
Oh, you're talking about like the shit he's produced and stuff?
Yeah.
Eventually, it will surpass.
You think so?
If we're talking, because he's not really making music,
Yeah.
right? But he's producing and being a part of some of the best, films and TV series that's out.
What's a couple that he's been behind?
Power, like
all the power
seen BMF.
subgenres.
Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, however many books there are. There's a ton of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he ain't taking no fucking shit, bro. He's going to war with stars. He don't give a fuck. He don't give a. And on stage, he didn't give a fuck. He's all, this would have been perfect. But these R&B motherfuckers out here punching each other in the face.
Oh, he's
all Usher almost had a perfect show. And then Chris Brown said, nah, motherfucker, and punched that motherfucker in the nose.
He said
that shit on stage, dog. And Tony Yayo was his hype man. 50. But again, he went into, I think it was In the Club. First verse in the club, all the sound went off. And he had no idea because he could still hear himself, but you couldn't hear him.
Oh,
the crowd was getting fucking crazy, dog. People were getting pissed, but then it would cut back in.
Oh, that's nice.
So then after 50 was Christina Aguilera.
Oh, really?
Bro, she killed it too, dog.
No shit.
She killed it. By that time, though, I needed to sit my motherfucking ass down. They had like little spots with, because it was a parking lot. So parking lot right next to Circus, dog. Massive parking lot. And it's in Vegas, so I thought, I'm finna die out here. But they had that turf shit, like spread throughout the whole fucking
So there were
festival.
like little
places.
spots.
If you could find a spot, sit your ass down, right?
Got you.
So by that time, I was sitting down, all old. I'm gonna find a spot by the bathroom.
I'm gonna go get another flush of water.
Yeah, this nasty ass sewer water, fucking staph infection water.
Well, they don't have their own water out there, bro.
That's the second time Jay's brought that up.
I fucking hate that. I hate wasting water.
Yeah.
Don't waste motherfucking water.
And there was a lot of water wasted over there, dog, because it was shooting
bet.
that shit like a rocket, bro. I was soaked when I yeah. So Christina hit the stage, she fucking killed it. And then everybody was waiting for Mariah Carey. 30 minutes.
Yeah.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
At that point, I was like, time to fucking go, man. This is a wrap for me.
You're like,
What
I know the
was it
songs.
by that time, though?
Like 10:30.
Oh, yeah.
But you've been
You are
there
old,
for
You've been there all
fucking
day.
out, dog. I was there
I'm
since
just kidding.
fucking 1:30.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Drinking sewer water and eating horrible food. Awful. Their chicken strips tasted like fucking shit, bruh.
They're not as good as Raising Cane's.
No, and we're gonna get into that here real shortly.
Damn.
So by that time, but then she ended up hitting the stage. So I ended up getting to see it from far away when I was trying to get the fuck out of there. And then Missy hit the stage, but there was technical difficulties, so I don't know if she got her full set. But
Oh, yeah.
for the most part, it was definitely the most organized festival I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Right?
It sounds like it was huge.
It was massive, bro.
Yeah.
But it was organized. It was
Right.
easy in. Getting out of there though, finding a fucking taxi or even the city bus, an Uber, bruh.
It's like
I
just a
had to
bunch of people
walk.
marching.
I had to walk from the Circus
Mm-hmm.
to the Stratosphere.
That Stratosphere March, I've done that
It's
one.
a pretty gnarly one,
Yeah,
bro.
because it seems like, oh, Circus, and then like, yeah, the Stratosphere's right there. And then
not.
you get into it and it's like,
ain't
oh,
right
it's
there.
not right there.
And my,
it's not
and my
right there at
30
all.
And my 37-year-old feet were already fucking done, son. Done. But there was no buses coming. There was no taxis. The line at Sahara went into the strip for people waiting for taxi. There was a line.
Oh, wow.
Sahara was
Yeah,
right there,
yeah,
right? So
yeah.
that was the first place I ever went to. So that was kind of a nightmare, but the festival was dope. And what it really made me like actually excited for after I seen Busta Rhymes at 50. You see 50 announced his 20-year tour for it's the final lap tour. It's
Yeah,
20 year,
I saw that.
20-year anniversary of Get Rich or Die Trying.
Oh,
yeah,
shit,
yeah,
dope.
okay.
20 years.
20 fucking
I know,
years.
man.
Damn, bro, all old Jay or
I
what?
know. I'm like doing the math. I was like, what the fuck was I 20 years ago?
Damn, I'll
And
tell you what I was
you were
doing.
listening to the same
You were
shit you were listening to the other day.
You were listening to 50, bro. Ferrari F150, not F150, whatever. Y'all know.
F50.
Ferrari
Yeah,
F50. I put him in a Ferrari and a Ford. Right? It's like a mullet. It's like a mullet. Party in the front.
That's like the
Theo-
Chevrolet.
I was about to say the Theo Von.
The
of
Theo Von.
Yeah.
Theo Von Ferrari. I even said party in the front. That wasn't even right. It's business in the front, party in the back.
There you go.
So he just announced it, bro. And Busta Rhymes is the opener.
Damn.
Nice.
Where
Yeah,
are
that
they
makes sense.
Where are they going? Is it
They
like all the
are
major cities?
all over here, but they're coming to Albuquerque.
No way.
Really?
Journal Pavilion.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
Tickets. I know, audience, it's not the Journal Pavilion, but that's my generation, all right? Whatever the fuck it's called.
Oh, it's not that anymore?
No, see, there you go.
Damn.
Thanks, Len Words.
Yikes.
Let's be old together.
Yikes.
What
Let's
is
be
it?
old
'Cause
together.
I still
Yeah,
call it
okay.
the Journal.
I don't
What
know.
is
It's
it
some
called?
shit. It's called the Journal Pavilion, Jason.
Oh, shit, okay.
All right?
What else you
I don't
gonna
care what
call
the
it?
fuck it's called.
Yeah.
But it's the our big venue.
Yeah.
Towards Belen.
It's
For all that don't know what the Journal is,
the,
right?
the Mesa del Sol. They probably renamed it or
Some
something.
shit.
Yeah.
You've done shows there before, huh? Like
yeah.
sound
Yeah.
effect?
Yeah. Camera.
Oh, camera.
Yeah. Video and stuff. Yeah.
So they're, hey, that's what it made me think. I'm like, oh, bro, I don't give a fuck. We're going to see Busta Bus
Yeah.
and 50
Yeah.
at the
That's tight,
Pavilion. And I'm gonna be real here though. All those artists that I named, right? They were all dope. Busta Rhymes was just light
A
years.
step above. Yeah.
Not even a step.
Yeah.
Like a whole. They were like playing like high school ball. And Busta Rhymes is LeBron James, year
Just-
20.
just-
Man.
Well,
Still
he's a
doing
vet,
it?
bro. He's
That's what he
vetted.
said.
Super vet.
He's a
Bro,
vet, bro.
we're talking leaders
Come
of the
on,
new
dog.
school here,
Yeah.
my dude. We're
Yeah.
talking the foundational pieces of this thing of ours.
Yeah.
And he's still out here at that level? That's crazy, dog.
What was that? What was that song they had, bro? I remember the music video. They're in like some fucking coat factory or some shit. Do you remember what I'm talking
No,
about?
I thought you were about to just say scenario because that's when I was like,
That
oh,
might, it
who
actually
is
might
that
be
guy?
that because they're like
Who
on
is
these
that?
weird slides and there's all kinds of coats and shit in the back in the video. Anyway, bro.
Boo-ha! Come on, bro.
Yes,
The
dog.
way he controlled the energy of the crowd, too, because he knows, like, bro, Busta Bus is just fuck. I mean, I can relate because sometimes I vibrate on a very dangerous, energetic level, right? So I kind of relate. So he like controlled it. He's like, nah, and then Spliff, like he grabbed the mic and like Spliff like turned it down, right? So Busta was just like miming his words.
Yeah.
And then as Spliff would turn it up, it was fucking sick, dog. So sick. So sick.
Nice.
So it's got me excited for that.
Those
for
are
that
those-
festival.
When is that? Do you know?
I think he comes to fucking Albuquerque in. Jay's got me looking at my phone. Damn, bro. I gotta be this guy. Let me see. Come on. Fucking millennials.
I say that, bro. I call my parents millennials whenever they're on their phone.
He's coming August 27th.
August.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Dope.
August 27th to the Journal Pavilion with Busta Bus.
Nice.
Gonna be fire, dog.
That's tight.
Already.
20 years of Get Rich or Die Trying. You guys remember when that shit hit?
I bet they
Yeah.
won't have no fuck ups with the sound because I'm pretty sure Quick Beam Systems does the sound. Shout out to
Bang.
Quick Beam and Doc. Damn, bro.
Damn, see that shit? Come on, yeah, bro.
Super local.
Come
No,
on.
they're-
Super local shout out.
bro. But
Let's get some Quick
but
Beam stuff in here,
best,
Jay.
dog. I swear they're the best, bro.
Yeah, I did a show and
You used to
Quick
work
Beam-
with them, didn't you?
Yeah. Or sub. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I did a show where Quick Beam did the whole stage setup for a 420 festival downtown, bro, and it was
Yeah.
fucking super dope.
They're
Yeah.
Perfect.
They're
They
on
did.
it.
They did the monolith on the Mesa, which was in Taos. There's this like I forgot what the brewery's called. It's like this Taos brewery, and it's right like down the street from the gorge or the river
Oh, yeah,
thing,
yeah,
the bridge, that part. And they got that big like shell looking stage. Oh shit, they got that big like shell looking stage, and it was awesome. Like we were there for like 3 days, and it was just like
Who performed?
It was a ton of people. Like, I mean, I don't know metal, but it was like doom metal and like some other
the
like
hardcore shit.
Yeah, and I wasn't familiar with it, but I got to like
In a
bring my
beautiful
camera
setting like that.
Yeah,
That's wild.
bro. But it was sick,
It was
man.
probably
It was
Metallica, he doesn't
sick.
even know.
Nah, yeah, right. It was
This fucker did sound for Metallica and recorded and has no,
no.
fucking
I
idea.
wasn't doing sound. It was even better because I knew the guys who were organizing it, and they let me just like take my camera and just full access, go anywhere, take pictures.
Dope.
So I took a ton of fucking footage, and it was just awesome. Awesome.
If you have footage and pictures of Metallica just sitting on your Canon right now,
I know, bro.
one of these days,
these guys
he's
are,
like, I don't know who the fuck these guys are, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think they have a song called Enter
They
Sandman
gave me
or
a
something like
guitar.
that. They signed it.
I gave it to my son.
It was really loud, but
It was really loud.
whatever. I didn't understand the words.
You know what's dope about them though is a couple of them were they served, bro. So like in the military, so a lot of their music, if you listen to it, it's all about like war. Like,
Really?
Yeah, it's all about like war. Like anyway, bro.
They wanted to do like protest rock, and they were just like,
no matter how far.
it's not how it's coming out.
Yeah. You thought
Couldn't be much more from the heart. You ain't never heard that, Len Words?
I don't know what you're singing.
Forever trust in who we are.
It sounds nice.
It
but
does.
No,
it's
I
the
don't.
way I'm singing. You know what I mean?
you have a
know
voice
this.
between Fergie and Jesus.
And Jesus, I'm getting ready for this all R&B country Metallica album. I've been working on.
It's coming out.
It's coming.
Yeah,
It's coming
I can't wait.
Neither can I. Y'all gonna have to wait longer. Neither can I. I can't wait. Neither. No auto tune. None. It's just gonna be.
That's gonna be the first time people were like, "You should have
Whoa,
auto-tuned
hey,
it."
auto tune, bro. Come on, bro. It's your friend, dog. It's your friend. But hey, talking about that, bro. I'm glad we landed there. I watched an interview, and I think it's an older interview with Lauryn Hill, and she was talking about how when she was really, really, really popular and really relevant, that they're like, "What are you doing? You got to be in the studio. This isn't gonna last forever. You got to be in there creating. You got to be in there making." Da 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 da. So Miss Education was popping, and she was really, really, really popping. And she said, "I was in the studio, I was making music, but I did not like any of it." She's like, there becomes a time when you're being creative, right? To where, yeah, being in the studio is dope and making music is dope, but the reason why the album before that was so well received and so like such my best work, she said, is because I had lived.
Right.
I wasn't living.
Yeah.
I was just in the studio making songs just to fucking make songs.
Yeah.
And you can do that and you can come out with some dope shit, but if you've lived, bro, that's the kind of music and that's the kind of art that I like, that I gravitate towards, and I feel is important, right?
Yeah.
And you know, both of you guys are creatives like me too. Like, do you guys feel it's important to live before or during the creation process?
Living's overrated.
Living, I'd rather die and create.
Disagree.
Hard pass. Living's overrated. But like, do you feel creating from a place of substance from a life lived? Do you feel it's important as a creative?
Yeah. I mean, yes, of course. When it comes to me in writing like fiction or, you know, storytelling and stuff like that, you always want to give a human, like an emotionally human feel to any character, even though, you know, you're writing women, you're writing kids, you're writing, you know, people that you are not. So you can't necessarily draw specifically from your own life. However, there are moments that you can utilize or tweak or use as a jump off point.
Yeah.
And those usually end up being like the more natural feeling things. However, you still have to kind of finesse it to make the scenes effective and the story effective. So it's like you got to play both. You know what I'm saying? When you're creating, I'm sure with music, because the expression is a little more raw, people will tune into it a little differently. So it doesn't require as much polish when it comes to like the work that you have to do with like the individual piece. But
As far as like character development goes.
right, exactly.
Like if
Because
you're
you could
writing-
just say some shit
Yeah.
on a microphone and people will be like, damn, I know what that feels like. You know what I'm saying? But if you have a character say it, the character has to say it the way that character would say it in that moment
Yeah.
in those circumstances. You know what I'm saying?
And it
it's
still
not
has to hit the reader.
right, and
Yeah,
and it's not always a line of dialogue. Sometimes it's just a reaction to something. You know what I'm saying? So there's a little more nuance that you can. It can be a lot more subtle, especially when you're talking about film and stuff like that.
Well, that's what's always been interesting to me about writing, right? Like that. It's fucking nuts because you have to build this entire world filled with these characters that have backstories, have emotions, have all this huge situation, right? Like I'm gonna go to something simple like Harry Potter, right? Let's use the Harry Potter series as an example because I know most people have probably read those or at least seen the films, right?
Right.
Think about that, bro. She had to sit there and create this entire fucking world with all these characters. It's like bursting at the seams with these characters, backstories, their family stories, the way that we react. All these characters have to be created in the writer's mind before it's put to paper.
But that's how we're looking at it, bro. Like when you're writing a song, it's different because you're in it. Like when he's writing, it's just like it's probably just coming out, and then he's like, oh shit, well maybe I could take it this way. But he's probably seeing it differently. That's like Harry Potter, whoever wrote, what girl you're talking about.
I wrote it.
JK. He said I wrote it.
You know what I mean?
was a
Like,
ghostwriter.
she's in it, but it's all like it's all creative, dog. She's creating it, so she's probably pumped about it. She's like, oh,
That would be cool.
his dad
that would
fell
be cool.
off a cliff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's why it trips me off. Trips me off. You ever been tripped off, Jay? That sounded completely wrong. That's the name of the pod.
Who learned you to sport?
Tripped off, bro. You know what trips me out about that though is you said it. I mean, I make music, so I don't think of it from a character standpoint, right? I guess to the audience, I'm the character.
Right,
so
right.
the artist development is me. It's my life. It's what I've lived. So I've never written a book or a series of this huge overarching storyline.
Yeah.
Fuck, bro.
You should
So
do-
many characters, bro.
You should do like a David Bowie type of just
Or
do
maybe
the whole shit.
more like Slick Rick, right? He's one of the storytellers, right?
Yeah.
You get into this. To
do like a
Slick Rick's
Stan
story.
record or something like
And
that.
see, there's that's a small fragment
Right.
of what people that write stories or film or whatever they have to, they go into
They
their
jump
creative
back and forth.
That's crazy, dog. That's always tripped me
It's
out.
a lot to keep in your head too, bro. Like when it's part of the reason why. I haven't been writing in a while, but it's just such takes up so much of like your thought process. It's hard to be present for anything else because you're thinking about everything. And like you said, with life experience, it's like you try to get to the point where you're not just like constantly pulling from the moments of your life because it makes you kind of a weird person to be like talking to people, but like, damn, would so and so say that, or can I use this? Like, and it's weird to kind of like want to shut that off and not be able to, or have to like manage that.
So it removes you from being like right here. So like if we were
In a
having a
way.
conversation and I said something, you think to yourself, oh damn, character X, Y, and Z might have said that. Yeah. So
That's
see,
pretty good.
Okay, so I guess that's a difference then. That's a difference in what Lauryn Hill's saying and what I relate to because all my music is super personal.
Yeah.
Like I don't make songs that are about situations that I wasn't like really directly involved in.
Right.
It's all straight me, like, so I have to have lived in order to deliver those records.
Right.
When you're writing a story, it's probably it's got to be there, right? All the great writers, you can always see themselves in these
Somewhat,
characters,
yeah.
right? But I guess writing like that gives you the space and the freedom to create these characters that necessarily aren't directly derived from your personal experiences.
Yeah, yeah, and it's almost like creating an entity or an identity that in some ways it starts speaking to you. So these characters are like living in your head, and you can hear them speaking and how they speak and how they handle situations and respond to things and stuff like that. And it's not you know what I'm saying? But you try to like capture that to tell a story.
That's probably why some writers get pissed at some actors portraying some of their characters that they've lived with in their head for 20 years.
Right.
And then the actor comes with his actor
interpretation,
vibes.
yeah.
And it's a completely different interpretation
Well,
of the character.
it's like
that might be why Stephen King did not fuck with Jack Nicholson's performance on The Shining.
Yeah, he did not. Yeah, and he has every right to feel that way.
Because it was a character he created.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and he started it from whole cloth. So he's like, no, this is the way it is, and this is the way it's supposed to be.
And Jack said, nah.
Well,
you want to dance with the devil?
Yeah, well, they take when they make the movies and stuff, and they don't include like they use the source material, but it's just source material, and then they turn it into a screenplay and stuff like that, and they don't consult, then it comes into that point where, people who have spent years thinking about these stories and what they really mean and all that stuff. And that's why, Stephen King, all respect due, he knows his shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And he knows what it's supposed to be and what it's really saying. Mm-hmm. And if the movie comes out and they're like kind of shortcutting it or like blunting some of his points and stuff like that, and he's just like, man, fuck y'all. Like, y'all aren't saying what I'm saying.
I'm not going to lie, though.
You changed it up.
He's had some horrible straight to fucking ABC Stephen King adaptations.
Yes.
The Shining is probably one of the best of his movies.
Yeah, and that was the one he didn't like.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, he really didn't like it.
Have you seen The Langoliers, my dude?
I don't think so.
Oh, no. It is horrible. So. It was on Channel 7. Remember when we were younger and you had these movies that came out, bro, but they were like fucking like 5 hours long.
Right.
So they would stretch this shit out for like hour increments for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the Langoliers movie is fucking an atrocious piece of shit, dog. But he had a bunch of those on like ABC and like
because they were optioning that shit.
Exactly.
And he was just like, hey man, let's do business.
As a fan, from a fan standpoint, though, like all of us, there's not a lot of people that don't put The Shining high up there, right? It's a little slow and whatever.
It's a 70s movie for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But it's up there in the conversations of horror films and Stanley Kubrick. And
for sure.
Fuck. But he hated it.
Yeah.
And then they went and remade it for ABC, and it wasn't bad, but it wasn't that, dog. Like,
yeah, I still like.
Did he have a part in that in the ABC remake? Or
he
no?
might have, dog.
I think he probably
might have
had some sort of like, hey, this is what it should have been, sort of conversation.
And it was closer to the source material.
Exactly. It was closer to the book.
Didn't make it better though. As a movie.
Well, yeah, but movies and books are different. Like, and they don't always have to be, but a lot of times, like, the books are, like, the stories go different places and they meander and they don't have the same, like, movies have really, really rigid pacing. Like, if you ever read screenplays, they are, like, the most...
They're horrible to read.
Well, they're very technical.
Yeah.
They're very, very... Because you got to think about it. It's like every single line has to be interpreted by 12 different departments, and people have to build that thing that the camera is going to point towards, and people have to perform it. So it's like you can't have a lot of fat.
No,
you can't. And that's what they teach when they teach people screenwriting. It's like you're not adding extra shit because you like the sound of your writing voice. Like, you don't do that. Yeah. No, I'm serious.
Yeah,
that's really what it is.
It's all about the extra
shit.
Yeah,
exactly, because that's what makes an author uniquely an author. But with a screenplay, it's just like, motherfucker,
you're
like, tighten it up.
To
exactly.
happen.
And there are limitations to, like, the style, because screenplays are like present tense all the time, and books can go future, past, like present. They can jump around, where screenplays are they're very, very rigid. Like, I think people who write screenplays are some of, like, the most technically talented writers that there are, because you're doing technical writing, but you're doing it creatively, and it's so hard to do. And it's hundreds of people who are working on a couple hundred pages that you put together, or 100 pages.
It's hard to, like, because I read a lot, right? So it's hard to read a screenplay coming from, like, how I read. Obviously not screenplays. So trying to read it, it's crazy, because it takes you out of what a book would, like, you dive all the way in. Because it's like you visual, and that's why I change my perspective when I'm reading them, because you have to visualize it as a movie. Right. So you picture it in your head of, like, okay, Jeff walks in through the front door, camera B slides. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has all this explanation in it while it's still giving you the story.
Right. Yeah.
And if you don't read it that way, it's like, fuck, I don't want to read this shit.
Well, even that stuff, like, stylistically, screenplays have gone through, like, phases where some of that stuff wasn't in vogue, where you couldn't or you shouldn't, quote unquote, add like camera direction and other things like that. It's still a mixed bag, and it depends on who's writing it and who's reading it, whether or not they're cool with it or whatnot. But the real point of it is as soon as something draws you off of the page and makes you look up or look away or whatever, like if you don't just like, it doesn't suck you in and just have you flipping pages quickly, then it's considered like subpar writing. Subpar writing is what it's considered.
Well, that's probably why there's a bunch of screenplays that are probably filling executives.
Yeah, they got stacks of stuff forever. I'm sure. Yeah, and they don't want to read it all, and they don't care.
You hear
to
stories of movies that have been made from screenplays that have been sitting there forever that ended up being fucking Oscar. Oh my God. Again, bro.
He keeps doing
What's going on, man?
You need to read more, bro.
You need to read a little more, bro, or learn how to fucking talk, man. You got a podcast, bro. Come on, man. Get your words together here. But going back to Lauryn Hill, what she was saying, dog, like. From my standpoint, it has to be from a life lived.
Yeah.
It has to be.
I think that's how you get more personal projects.
Your best work. Like you can work and work and work and work and work, bro, but you're going to run out of content.
Right.
You're going to run out of things to say if you're not living a life that's worth talking about.
And see, I think.
Okay. Well, let me push back, not to cut you off. My bad. Okay. There's validity to that. However, if Lauryn Hill came out with a roller skating jam, it would be the shit.
It would.
And she doesn't need a life lived. She just needs to have, probably
based
on something. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but I guess worth a life. It's subjective again.
Right.
My life worth living is probably not your life worth living. Everybody's life worth living is different. Everybody feels different about what they're doing and how they want to live. Right.
Yeah.
But for me, I have to have things that are worth talking about. I have to have things that are worth saying to my audience that gives them some sort of substance.
Yeah.
Whether it's even the shit that's party shit, right? Yeah. That's still some sort of substance from a life that I've lived.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go I'm not gonna talk about I'm not gonna make a club banger and I've never stepped foot in a club. Right. That's fucking wild, right? Yeah. I'm not gonna talk about some gangster shit and I don't even know how to fucking load up a magazine.
So I'm glad you said that, bro, because I think when you do write, you do have to have some type of, obviously you have to come from real experience.
Well, you should.
Yeah, not have to, you should. But you should also push the boundaries a little bit. It can't just be, you know what I mean? Like, okay, so I might catch a little flack from this, but I think that's like trap. You're so trap music. You're so locked into just this little
pocket,
bro. And that's all you talk. You can talk about. It's all people do talk about is bitches, money, this, that, and it's like, I kind of can relate to that, but I don't. Like, I'm not hood. I don't I have guns, but I don't just fucking roll around with them all day.
You're not out here shooting bitches with money.
you know what I mean? I mean, if we get a sponsor, maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but
you're not out here fucking on bitches.
Well, I ain't saying I'm not.
No, but you ain't shooting them. You ain't out here. But that's they always say fucking on bitches.
But it's just like, but you have to have like life experience. But I think you do need to. It is entertainment. So you do have to push it a little bit, but you can't be a studio gangster, right? You can't be like, oh, I do this, I sell drugs, I do this. And I hear it so much, and like even from like people like locally, and it's like, dude, you're not that person.
You can't be Clarence.
You can't
living at home with both parents. Clarence's parents have a real good marriage, right?
Yeah.
I agree with you. There has to be a little bit of room to breathe, right? You have to tell stories, like for example. My record Scandalous. Right. When I dropped that record, my dude, sheesh, I pissed some motherfucking people off.
Yeah. Like, you're talking about me?
How could you motherfucker?
You're like, what are you talking about? Like,
I'm gonna be honest here. For that record, right? The perfect example. It is from my life experience, but it's kind of a juggernaut of 5 different females that I've experienced in my life, right? And I put them together for one monster situation.
Yeah.
It still came from experiences, but it was folded into a bigger juggernaut, right? Yeah. Still doesn't mean that didn't piss motherfuckers off. And see, that's the thing that's the thread that you walk on when your music and your art is so close to chest.
Yes.
You are going to take from things that you've experienced and people have experienced with you, right? Now, I'm not saying go out there and fucking snitch on yourselves. Do not do that. Ridiculous. Listen, my brothers and sisters, they are listening to what we are saying. Do not incriminate yourselves at all. Stop doing it, right? It's for entertainment purposes only.
Yes.
Off of that, you have to expand on your experiences in a broader sense, right? Because like you said it, I mean, not everybody's a G, my dude. Not everybody out here fucking on bitches, and not everybody out here doing that. When I go into a project, I've always thought I want to have an emotion for each situation that someone could be facing right now, right? There's three of us right now on the pod, right? I could be in the greatest mood ever. I had the greatest fucking day. Well, look at, we had completely different weekends. I was in Vegas having the fucking time of my life. Leonard's dealing with some real life fucked up shit. You're out there with 3G Tinder bitches. You know what I'm saying? Completely different lives.
I was working, motherfucker.
I changed the
Call
narrative.
it what you want.
Call it what you want, bro. Whatever. Working on finding them 3G Tinder bitches is what the fuck you were doing. So,
You know that shit hooked me up.
yeah, hey, all right. So, see, I'm gonna pass it to you. So that's my point. You have to have something on a full project or a body work or singles, if you're releasing singles, whatever. You want to try and have emotions that you touch on that everybody can relate to, because not everybody's going through the same thing at the same time, right? If we're all driving downtown to the library, say it's 2008, right? I'm like, Len Words, let's go to the library.
Let's go to the library, yeah.
Jay's still in high school, kind of, maybe.
No.
Out of high school?
I was out of high school, but I wasn't 21.
Okay, so he would have been, why are you hating? You can't even get inside the club.
21.
Hey, so, but like, you got to have that music that's going to prepare you to go over there, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that you got to have an unbalanced record, but you want to try and touch on emotions that everybody are going to like relate to, right? And as an artist, living that life and taking from them experiences, I feel you're going to make better art.
True. I agree. And I think that's why someone like a T-Pain can exist in hip hop and R&B, I guess you would say, and have a song like I'm in Love with the Bartender.
Yep.
Because it's like, who hasn't, been
in
like,
love with the bartender.
Oh, she's cute.
Yeah.
She likes me. And it's just like, no, she doesn't.
No, he was in love with a stripper.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
did want to hook
I like
up
the
with the
bartender.
bartender,
Yeah,
though,
okay.
right?
I like the bartender.
The bartender,
I'm
he
in
pulled
love
up
with
in
a
his mini
stripper.
coupe, right?
Okay.
Sitting on
That's
dubs. You know what I mean? Just looking for someone to talk to and show me some love. Come on, T-Pain. That shit was a banger,
You know
bruh.
what's funny? Producer side over here.
Here we go.
But Snoop linked up with T-Pain, and Snoop was like, nah, that auto-tune shit ain't gonna last. Your 808s ain't that good. You need to change them 808s out.
He just shit all over it, fucking Teddy.
And bro, fucking
Teddy Payne?
T-Pain fucking killed that shit. If you his shit comes on, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not like, oh fuck yeah, it's my song, but that shit, it's got a dope.
My dude,
vibe.
listen.
Like,
If you're trying to fucking bash and you're drinking and you're having a good time, my dude, bartender comes on. Come on,
some T-Pain records.
come on.
Some of those
I'm
old,
in love
those old,
with a stripper, bruh.
those old
listen.
Dream records, like some of that shit. I'm just like,
Dream,
yeah, motherfucker, hell yeah.
T-Pain.
Like that's a jam.
Shout out to Teddy.
Yeah,
Shout out to Teddy Payne, bro. I agree.
Pin her ass down.
Yeah, I agree. So I think it goes back to creating that type of art that's gonna last, dog, it goes back to having those experiences. You have to have that life lived, but you also have to have the discipline to create when you don't want to create.
Yeah,
So there's a double-edged sword to that.
Right.
Like, you can't just be like, oh, no, I'm not going to go to the studio because I'm out here living life.
Yeah.
Bro, no, you got to go put in the fucking work. You got to get the reps in.
yeah.
Because when you're out here living the life, you spend 2 years living the life, right? You get to the studio, motherfucker, your fucking core strength is gone. If you're not getting the reps in, right? And you're not disciplined enough to be in there creating the art, when it's actually time to create it and you are ready and you've lived the life and you're ready to sit down in the studio, my dude, the rust sets in rapidly.
That's where the persistence is supposed to be. Not consistent. Consistency is good too, but persistent, you have to do it because you're pushing through when you can't be consistent.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's persistence and discipline. Discipline in life. This just isn't even music or creativity, dog. It's in life. discipline is one of the most important facets of your character that you can have.
Yeah.
Because it's going to take you to places that inspiration and all these other things are not going to take you to. Mike Tyson said it, I think. He said, discipline is doing the things you hate like you love it. Right? And I see that. I definitely see that. It also goes further than that, though. Discipline is doing the things that you love even when you don't want to do them, right? Like, for example, right? I'm fresh off the fucking surgery table right now, bro. I'm literally bleeding in my leg and I'm fucking podding here, right? Yeah. I mean, I don't want to sit on this fucking bar stool right now. Not very comfortable. Yeah. But I'm fucking here. Yeah. Because I have the discipline to get better at what we're doing, right? Yeah. Right? I have the discipline to be here, to show up, to deliver what I need to deliver, because this is something that I want to do, right? And I'm not only do I have the discipline, but I'm committed to it, right? I'm committed to what we're doing. I'm committed to the direction. I'm committed to all of you guys, right? So I'm here. Yeah. That's what the discipline in life and being a creative is about. Yeah. You gotta fucking go put in the motherfucking work, dog. Yeah. You can't cut corners. Yeah. I don't even know who else said it. Someone that's smarter than me. You cut one corner, you just create two more, my dude.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard that one.
You know what I'm saying? That's Whoever true. Said it, thank you. I stole it and it sounded They're fucking smart. Great. Yeah. Might go viral. I'll tag you in it. You know? So I think it's a mixture of both, dog. A life lived, right? But discipline and persistence is going to take you to places that inspiration and all that other shit aren't going to take you.
Yeah, that's very true.
Because think about it like this. If you have the discipline, right, you put in the work, you're not inspired, right? Yeah. All of us as creatives, we've went through that shit. Yeah. Bro, searching for inspiration? Shit. Yeah. That's like, it's fucking searching for a needle in a haystack, right? But if you're disciplined enough to consistently put in the work and do the work and get the reps in, when the inspiration hits,
you're there.
Bro.
You're already there.
You're locked and loaded. Yeah. Because you're disciplined. Yeah. You're already ready to go. You got the reps in. Like, give me that shit. I'm gonna fucking body bag this real quick.
That's how those people record songs where it's like they don't write anything or they do it in like 10 minutes and they're like, yeah, it was a hit.
See, and I think Wayne's a good example. Like, he's always in the studio. He's obviously living, but he, like, a lot of his shit is obviously shit he's done, but it's also like his shit's out there a little bit. So he's using the imagination but you're still engaged in it because it's entertaining, bro. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So I agree. It's got to be a mixture. Yeah. Right? It's got to be a mixture. Yeah. You can't just not go to the studio.
Yeah, there's a balance.
You can't be a marathon runner and not get your fucking 20 miles in a week and shit. Yeah. You're going to show up to the marathon and fucking die. You're going to pull up to the studio and forget how to record. Yeah. You're going to try and write a fucking screenplay and not know how the fuck it's done. Yeah. You're going to try and make a beat and forget how to fucking use fucking Reason or Pro Tools.
Put that voodoo on me.
You know what I'm saying? You might accidentally sample Marvin Gaye.
That happens too, because when you're recording, especially when you're like recording in engineering and you got like all those shortcuts are like right there in the bed. Yeah, like you know all the keyboard shortcuts and shit. You could just fly through.
Take a month off.
Yeah, take a month off and then come back and it's just like, how the fuck did I do that shit again? Yeah. It's like, why is my screen all fucked up? Like, what happened?
That's when I bring up the digital Bible.
Right.
YouTube.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
YouTube.
No, there's times where like I go to make a beat, but like I'm not like, I don't have the inspiration or whatever you want to call it, but I go and I try and then I'm like, fuck that beat, that's not it. But I like that sound, I like that piano, so I'll save that shit, right? And then I'll go to the 808 and I'll go back to that, you know, and then it's in the arsenal and it's like not that I wasted a few hours, bro, but it's
never wasted.
No, because you were disciplined enough to be in there creating when you might not even felt like it. You didn't even like what you ended up creating, but there was a part of it that worked.
And then something like shit. Just yesterday, bro, I was like, you know what? Let me see what I could do, and I didn't even make any beats. I went back and I was like, and I touched a couple up that I didn't finish.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because at that time I was like, man, I'm not really too sure where I want to go with this.
You weren't feeling it.
No, and then so I went back like a day or two later and then I seen it from a different view. You know what I'm saying? Like as a creative, we see our stuff and we're looking at it like this, bro. And we're like, oh, this shit is so dope. But you guys are like, well, hey, add this drop right here.
You're like, shut the fuck up, Leonard. What do you know?
Yeah, this is,
Hey, no, but you know what?
Get back on the keyboard.
This dude's wicked, bro. He's wicked on the keyboard, bro.
I think that it goes back to collaboration, right? But it goes back to the discipline of being in there, dog.
Yeah.
It's being in there, knowing what you're working on, and even if you don't, there's been times, bro, where the same type of situation from my end. I recorded an entire song and I'm like, it's all right, but damn, the fucking first 4 bars of this fucking verse are nasty.
Yeah.
There's been times when I've turned a 4-bar verse into a hook for a completely different song.
Right.
Scrap the old song, and it's a hook.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I know
you're not going to get that unless you are disciplined enough to put in the motherfucking work, dog.
Yeah.
That's what it's got to be about. Putting in the work, the discipline, and that. Listen, it's not just about the audiences out there listening to us. It's not just about being creative with the discipline. That goes with everything. That goes with when you wake up, how you conduct yourself, how you put yourself out there into the world. If you're an undisciplined, sloppy fucking mess, dog, it's gonna show.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna feel good about yourself or what you are doing.
Yeah.
Because you're undisciplined and you're sloppy.
Yeah.
And you know what, bro? I'm actually trying to like, cause I've recently I've looked back and I'm like, dude, I waste like 2.5 hours in the morning. I wake up at like 6:30. I'll make coffee. I'll watch the news for like an hour and a half, and I'll get ready for work. You know what I mean? But it's like I could be doing so much more shit. So like the last couple of days, I've been waking up. I still make coffee, but I'm trying to read. Right? I just got this new for my birthday. I got it that new Rust book. I don't know how new it is, but
I think it's pretty new.
It's called "It's All in Your Head," right? And I started reading that, bro. Man, I went through like 3-4 chapters like that. It's an easy read. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? It's like
still though,
it's
but
not
you're
Proust.
Yeah. But still though, you're doing something different than was your normal normal routine.
Bro. And it's hard to break that old habit to where I'm just sitting on the couch. You know what I mean? Scrolling through fucking social and shit. You know what I mean? But it's like I'm trying to make that new habit to like better myself and stop wasting that time, bro.
I just started like a month ago studying, like doing classical piano again.
Oh shit!
What are you doing? How are you doing?
Right now I'm just doing like just going through like Clair de Lune.
Okay.
And I found it in the public domain, the sheet music, and I just like have just been like listening to other people play it on YouTube in the same like tuning for my piano.
And then you go.
And then I just like am like reading the sheet music and just like going page by page, like line by line, phrase through like
That's
phrase by
dope,
phrase,
bro.
and just like and learning it. And I've never learned it, but I've always liked the song. And when I was a kid, I used to know like Fur Elise like by memory. Anytime I sit at a piano, I could play Fur Elise. I can't anymore, but but again, because I hadn't played like classical piano in so long. So now, like just recently, like last month or 2 or so, I've been like just doing that for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And it's crazy because when I was a kid, I hated like piano lessons and like practicing and being forced to do it. Now I'm like, damn, like I wish I could sit here. I wish I could sit here longer and just sit here and work
Imagine
on
how
this.
nasty
You know?
you'd be right now if you had been consistent with it.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
I know. If I had just picked one thing to do.
That's kind of hard though. I feel like as creatives, it's really hard, bro. Especially like nowadays,
it is.
You have to wear like
So
150
many hats.
hats.
There's so much to it now.
Yeah,
and
you
now
gotta wear
creatives are like sliding into like that business seat as well. So it's like not just being a creative person, but being a business person too, like an entrepreneur. It's like, it's a lot. Like, because that used to be a symbiotic relationship. Like you would have like a business that would hire a creative or work with a creative, and they would like work together because the business knew they needed the creative and the creative knew they needed the business. Now it's like you were saying, you got to do so much as a creative just even before someone will work with you to do even more with you. You know, you got to come as almost a fully packaged thing for them.
You have to.
Like,
they're not going to throw you. They're not going to invest. They're not going to invest in you unless they can see your analytics and be like, what am I investing in?
Right. Right.
What am I getting? What have you already built?
And
but
that's
at
what
that
an
point,
A&R used to do.
But at that point, now, and I'm kind of in that position right now. I'm like, okay, cool. I've built this. What the fuck do I need you for? What in the fuck do I need you for? Right? What are you gonna do for me that I haven't already done?
I don't know.
See,
I mean,
exactly.
yeah.
I'm
I think it's different for every artist because there are some artists that want to be like they want to perform at the Super Bowl one day, and some people are like, I don't need that. I have levels to my success that have nothing to do with those sorts of metrics, so I don't need that as something that needs to happen.
But some of these motherfuckers out here play games with you, bro. They out here playing fucking games with you as who you are, what you bring to the table, and your art.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't learn how to, and this is something that I'm, bro, I always would be like, oh, fuck, contract, I got to send it to my lawyer, right? I just would slide it off. It was the same thing with me recording myself. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna write these fucking bars and I'm gonna record it and I'm gonna just slide it. I'm not gonna record it. I'm just gonna be in there. It's gonna be recorded and I'm not gonna worry about that other
Someone
end of
else
it.
will take
Someone
care
else
of it.
gonna take care of it.
Yeah.
When I realized, fuck, no, I need to learn this shit. I need to know. It made me a better artist. Same thing with contracts now.
Yeah.
It's making me
You
a
gotta learn how to
better
read
businessman to know how. Like, nah, hell nah. This is some fucked up shit. I gotta send this to my lawyer. Get this shit the fuck out of here.
You're like, I don't
right?
need to send it to.
And listen, most of these businesses, right? Most of these businesses, for a lot of these artists that are coming up, I had to learn all this shit the hard way, right?
Yeah.
For a lot of these artists coming up, they just want to create. They want to
Right.
have the ability to create what they want and be financially secure. So
Yeah.
they're going to sign whatever the fuck. They're going to do whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But if you don't know what you're signing to, they're going to play games with you and let you sign whatever the fuck you want, right? Look what they did to Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
Homie even admitted it on Last Dance. He's all, you should have known better.
Yeah.
They're gonna play with you as long as you fucking let them play with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So fuck that. That's the way I look at it now. I want to learn everything that I can so these motherfuckers cannot play games.
And you know what? 50 said that about G Unit. That when they popped off, they were all at the club, like fucking partying and shit. And he's like, "No, I was at the hotel room. I had my lawyer on the phone. He was charging me per hour, but I wanted to know what everything in the contract was.
Yep.
And look at where he's at compared to
the rest of G Unit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Only one that's still really rocking with him is Tony Ayo, but they've been homies forever. And he's gonna rock, and he gives them the utmost respect. He's all, shit, 50 put us all on. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna rock with 50 till the fucking casket drops. Smart, right? So you have to, dog. There's no way around it. Or you have to be comfortable enough with the people around you that they're not gonna fuck you over. And I don't know
That's
anybody that
tough.
should be
That's
that
tough
comfortable.
now. Yeah, that's tough.
I've seen people get fucked over by their fucking familia versus somebody that they're just doing business with, right?
That they don't
I was
know.
in the streets, bruh. The music industry and the entertainment industry is way grimier than that. Give me a crackhead over a CEO.
Yeah.
For real, dog. Before we get out of here, though, fellas, we got to talk about one thing. We got to talk about one thing, Burke. It's been on everybody's timeline.
Yeah.
Y'all wait in line for Raising Cane's or what?
Fuck no.
You ain't waiting in line for Raising Cane's?
I don't got time for that, bro.
No Raising
Come
Cane's,
on.
Jay. You weren't sitting there with old dude for 2 days, camped out on Montgomery and San Mateo.
Bro, must be nice to
For
have
some
that kind
chicken
of, to have that
fingers?
kind of time on your hands, bro.
Must be.
I'm like,
Maybe he's a
bro,
baller. Maybe he's a CEO.
Maybe.
Jay.
There you go. There
Maybe
you
he
go.
figured that he unlocked the codes
Hey, bro, maybe.
to the Matrix.
But you would think he would have an in at the Raising Cane's.
Motherfucker shouldn't have to wait there, huh?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he shouldn't have to wait.
It's
Yeah.
like, shit.
Motherfucker shouldn't have to wait
Should have
there.
walked in through the fucking kitchen like the mafia used
Hey,
to.
like Goodfellas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't wait in line, Lynn Words?
No, you know how I feel about waiting for chicken. Like
know.
that's why I don't go to. I think that was unintentionally funny, but
It really
okay.
was.
That was funny,
It
dog.
really was, but it was funny still. Unintentionally funny is always the best kind of funny, my brother.
Nah, man.
Because the seriousness, you're like, listen, we've had this conversation before, motherfucker. You know how I feel about waiting for chicken.
I hate waiting for chicken.
No, that's how I feel about what's the other place that y'all love so much that's closed on Sunday? Oh,
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Yeah.
Why-
Like I don't
why-
waste.
How do you know I love Chick-fil-A so much?
Didn't we talk about Chick-fil-A and
It's
y'all
Jesus
were
chicken.
Right, okay.
Yeah, dog.
Whatever. But I'm not
side piece.
I'm not there you go, the side piece. But like when the line is like wrapped around the building, it's like I'm good, man. Like I can grill the hell
I'm
out of some
saying,
chicken like I'm
yes,
good,
bro.
bro. Like
Yeah.
I don't I don't love it that much, man.
You
like
know
it's all
what?
good.
I still, no matter what chicken place I've ever eaten, none of them are better than my mom's fried chicken, my dude.
Yeah.
My mom's fried chicken smacks
I
on
don't-
Because that's
I don't-
homemade, bro.
I don't even fuck with fried chicken too much anymore, man. Like once I got really good at grilling,
You're good.
yeah, I like grilled chicken is the shit. I made some the other
Yes,
day.
bro.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. Fried food is my motherfucking Achilles heel, my dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
you still
bro.
do the fried chicken? I do the
Bro,
French fries. I do
come
French
on,
fries way too
dog.
much. I love French fries.
Hey, French fries.
French
with
fries
some,
are the shit,
with
man.
some fire ass chicken strips.
Why?
Come on. I got a question though. Do you put the ketchup all over the fries or a pile on the side?
Recently, I've moved on to the ketchup on the side.
So you used
And
to
I
just
salt the
put
ketchup.
it all over the fries?
When I was a kid, yeah, I
That's
used to make it a
wild.
mess, man. Yeah, but I only like
changes
smother
everything, bro.
Right, that changes everything,
That's
bro.
silver tooth child activities. Len worse.
I got a couple cavities back there. I ain't gonna lie.
Jay, pile or all over the French
I
fries?
do the pile, bro, so that way you could add a little salt if it needs it.
Nah,
There you go.
I do
That's
the
how you-
pile and then I throw some red devil sauce on top.
That's
of
what
that
I was,
shit.
Yeah.
I was about to say though.
Some
I
tapatio.
need some hot sauce.
Oh, here you go.
Some
We
spice.
going,
There
we
you
going
go.
extra, bro.
There you go.
Here we
You
go.
fuck with hot sauce?
Hot sauce?
Yeah.
How dare you?
I'm
Can you imagine if Lenward said no?
I'm just axing.
That'd be
Yeah,
weird.
yeah. I mean, I'm not like carrying it around in my pocket or anything.
Like Selena,
I'm not.
like homeboy on Selena.
Oh yeah. What the?
You think that's how he really got her? You think in real life she was like, "Damn, this dude carries around Tabasco.
Yeah.
I gotta fuck this dude."
I hope her.
That's
I hope her
fucking
standards were a little better.
Higher than
that.
that? I feel like if I did that shit, any chick that I was trying to smash would be like, "Get the fuck out of here, Tabasco
Right.
sauce."
Yeah.
She'd tell all her homegirls, "This stupid motherfucker
Yeah.
had a holster for his
know.
Tabasco
See,
sauce."
I
Right.
don't fuck with Tabasco like that though.
No, I just say Tabasco because it's generic.
Yeah,
I
but
fuck
it's
with
too-
Red Devil and Tapatio.
Tapatio. And
Tapatio.
then there's that other one. We talked about it with Diego. El Cayuteque or something like that.
I don't know.
It's
I still ain't fucked with it.
Shit's fucking
Green?
bomb. It's green.
See,
and they have a red one too.
I don't know. I
but-
veer away from green hot sauces.
No, fuck
Yeah?
no.
I
I'm
just
telling
do.
you.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the green ones
No,
either,
man.
man. Like I'm.
My hot sauce should be
okay.
red.
Do you put the hot sauce in the fridge, or is it out? Do you leave it out?
Depends on what. I mean, that shit's all vinegar, so it can stay out.
It can stay out.
Right?
Exactly.
But I kind of like it cold sometimes.
Yeah.
What? No, fuck no.
Sometimes.
No.
What about ketchup? You put your ketchup in the fridge?
I do, but I don't use ketchup too often.
You're supposed to
So you just got
refrigerate
ketchup.
after
How long you
opening.
been having your ketchup in the fridge then?
I don't have ketchup.
Jay's all.
You don't.
I
you
got
don't-
ketchup in the fridge.
You don't even
from-
keep ketchup.
Nah,
Really?
Other than fries and like a burger,
Bro,
what else do you use?
I gotta
ketchup
keep
on?
ketchup. Fucking Johnny Jr.'s the condiment
I was
king,
about to
bro.
say
This
it's
motherfucker
different if
putting
you got
ketchup on
kids.
everything.
Yeah, if you got kids, they put ketchup
I can
on
see that.
everything.
I
I
can see
grilled
that.
some chicken the other night, and I was like, "Y'all want barbecue?" And my daughter was like, "Ketchup."
I
was
used to
like,
put ketchup on
gross.
my McChickens, bro, back in high school. It was
Really?
pretty good, bro, but
Nah, you know what?
I grew out of that
You know
shit.
what I do on the hot and spicy? Talking about that shit, bro. Here we go again. We need a
Yeah.
second segment for food, fellas.
I
think
told
Will
y'all,
is
man.
right. Listen,
Let's
we
do
need to.
a-
Hey, we
let's
need
do
to.
a
We need to
food.
try Raising Cane's over here. Listen, I don't want to wait in line. Homeboy that has the plug waited there for 2 days. He should have like advanced.
He should work for
tickets.
Uber
I don't
Eats.
think he has a plug.
Bro, he's the first dude. They should give him like at least a year's worth of canes, right? Listen, we need to every time for the past 5 pods, we've been some hungry motherfuckers, right?
I'm saying.
So, but fucking Johnny, bro, this fucking dude, every time, bro, he would just be like, "I'm gonna get some ranch. I'm gonna get
Yeah,
some honey mustard." I'm like, bro, can you just eat your mom's food, my
Yeah,
dude? Stop
he's-
trying to push
yeah,
shit all over
yeah,
it, bro.
yeah, condiments
Stop going
everywhere,
to the
yeah.
bro, and then he'd forget them on the table, and I'd have to put those motherfuckers away, bruh. So I feel you.
Yeah.
The ketchup on chicken.
Yeah, it's like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
Like,
Nah.
who taught you
I feel
this?
it's disrespectful to the cook.
Exactly.
You know what this chicken could use?
Yeah, some ketchup. Like, fuck
Oh, but
you.
no, before I forget what I was gonna say. What I used to do with McDonald's, I don't really eat McDonald's anymore. Their fries though still
It's
schmack.
tough, bro.
Yeah.
McDonald's fries schmack.
Yeah.
Nobody beats them. Sorry,
Yeah.
I don't care. All
You know
the
they
other
got
fries
they
places.
you know they if you check your frozen food aisle, they now have frozen fast food fries.
Ain't the same. No way. Close enough.
You got an air fryer?
I do. It just broke though, so I don't
Oh,
anymore.
okay. I was gonna say if you got an air fryer, spend the $5 at
throw it in.
Walmart, throw them in there. Tell me what you think.
I'm gonna
'Cause
try
they're,
it.
They're
dog.
pretty close.
What I'm gonna
Yeah.
do is I'll get those and I'll go to McDonald's. I'll get the hot and spicy. They use. This is gonna divide the audience. I know it. They use mayonnaise.
Yeah.
I grew up on Miracle Whip, my dude. I can't
Oh.
fuck with mayonnaise. Anytime I eat some with mayonnaise, I'm like, oh, this shit's sour as hell.
You don't get a McChicken with your fucking mayo that they put on that
No,
shit?
my dude. I go home.
It's all.
I go home and I put Miracle Whip on that shit, bruh, and it makes it 1,000 times
So you
better.
order it dry?
I order it dry.
Yeah.
And
No
then I
shit.
go home
And then you
I
go home and
fucking
you
moisten it up.
See, I thought I was the only person who would like buy fast food and get
fix
like
it?
yeah, and then go home and fix it.
No, I do that shit too. I don't fuck with mayonnaise though.
Yeah.
And I know that's a household thing, right?
Yeah.
Some people are like, ugh, it's sweet. I'm like, ugh, it's sour. I'd rather I like sweet over sour, my dude.
Yeah. Man.
You're a mayonnaise family, huh?
No, it don't even matter to me, to be honest.
You're
like,
whatever?
Same thing with milk, bro. Like the D and like the.
Oh hell no.
I don't really.
Listen, only milk I'm drinking is
fat.
1%. Because if it's anything above that, that shit is thick,
It's
my
thick.
guy.
You don't like whole milk?
Hell no. That's like drinking cream cheese. Hell no. And I grew up on whole milk. My mom's, bro, because I remember when and I was used to it. So at the time, I'm like, damn. And I remember whenever I started drinking less than that shit, I'm like,
Yeah.
this shit tastes like water.
Yeah.
But then now I'm on 1% whole milk.
Yeah, you're just like, oh,
I
this
don't
is
know.
too much.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
No. Almond milk.
No.
As long as
son.
that shit ain't expired. No, okay, it does matter because I think it's like organic or some shit, bro. But my brother got that shit one day, and like I poured a cup and I drank it. Shit had like lumps in it, and I was like, oh, fuck, this shit's not. It's old, dude. And he's like, no, it's that's how it's supposed to be. I was like,
Your brother fucking with you, dog.
no, I swear to you, dog.
That's fucked up, Chad.
It has like clumps in it, bro. The organic.
He was like, no, I'm
bullshit
supposed to
has-
just drink that shit.
No,
Jay. Drink
I
that
swear
shit.
to you, bro. And I
That's
was
some
like,
little brother shit right there.
That
No,
goes
drink that
against
shit.
everything I fucking knew growing up. Bro.
I know, he's
Like,
fucking with you.
I'm telling you, dog. Go try it. Go try
Chad,
it.
you need to answer for yourself here. If you got your little brother here drinking outdated milk, we're gonna have some issues here, Chad.
Maybe that's why I don't care about milk. I'm just like,
He's like, if it's not chunky, I'm fine with it.
if you don't chew your milk, it ain't real milk.
Hey, bro, if it doesn't feel like boogers going down my throat, I'm fine with it.
Nasty, bro.
Hey,
Yo,
on that note, fellas, y'all ready to get the fuck up out of here or what?
Yeah, let's do it.
Hold up though. First, I'm gonna pour a little something.
Oh, okay.
Jason, you good or you
I'm
good?
I'm
You
good on this, bro.
Episode 32 or
That
what?
word you can watch us drink.
I will enjoy. I will
He's got
enjoy
water,
it.
bro. That's look at that.
But they say you're
That's
not
healthy.
supposed to toast with.
Who says that?
With water? Who said
If
that?
you toast, it has to be in your left hand. 'Cause
Who
it
said
won't have
that?
alcohol.
Look at
I
this
forget.
suspicious
It was on the
motherfucker
internet, bro.
over
It's
here.
gotta
On the
be-
internet, I
real.
never heard that.
If you hit me with some suspicious shit right now, we're gonna go into a segment, Jay's Suspicions.
Jay's
Right.
Suspicions.
See?
Leonard's theory and
yeah.
Jay's Suspicions. On that note,
Yep.
till next time, respect, connect.
Peace.
Peace.